What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Baddog back with another New York Giants video, and in this video we're going to preview the Giants and Redskins coming up this Sunday at MetLife Stadium, 1 o'clock. We'll be on the Entertainer Talking Sports channel live streaming. I hope you guys will be there. You know, it's going to be a hell of a time, just like last week. And listen, man, you know, I heard a lot of people are telling me today there's two guys trying to trademark Danny Dimes. Everybody knows I coined that phrase, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm changing his nickname. They can call him Danny Dimes. I'm not calling him Danny Dimes anymore. I'm calling him Danny Dollars. You know why I'm calling him Danny Dollars? Two reasons. Number one, he's cash. He ain't chump change. This guy's cash. 10 times a dime. Danny Dollars. You also know you're going to get 4 quarters out of $1, and you saw that you get 4 quarters out of Daniel Jones. That's Danny Dollars, because that man is cash money. I'm calling him Danny Dollars from now on. Maybe I'll trademark that, put his head on a $1 bill instead of George Washington. Danny Dollars. Anyway, can Danny Dollars have a repeat of what he did against Tampa Bay? Now, there's big news in this game that Case Keenum's in a walking boot. I don't know what that means. I don't know what his status is for this game. It is very possible that Dwayne Haskins and Daniel Jones match up, which would be freaking awesome because obviously there was a lot of speculation that the Giants were going to take Dwayne Haskins. They went and they took Daniel Jones. Dwayne Haskins kind of snickered. Everybody thought the Redskins stole Dwayne Haskins. And, you know, it just turns out to be, there was a lot of conflict there. And a lot of people were saying that Dwayne Haskins is going to try to burn the Giants. Now, I don't think he's going to start. I think if Case Keenum doesn't start, it's going to be Colt McCoy unless he's not 100%. But we have to remember something. The difference between Daniel Jones and Dwayne Haskins is this. Daniel Jones had 3 years at Duke. Daniel Jones is prepared to play in the NFL. Dwayne Haskins only started 1 year at Ohio State. He's got 1 year of experience of college football, which means he's probably not ready to play at the NFL level. He's probably not. He's the guy that needs more development as opposed to Daniel Jones. But I do think that would be a very interesting storyline, and it would make for a hell of a game. Now, the Redskins and Giants have been two bad teams the last few years. We are the ones that are beneath the Eagles and Cowboys, which is unfortunate because I remember growing up and it was always the Skins and Giants, and I like when it's the Skins and Giants. I don't like when it's those other two teams on the top. But the Redskins are a team that we have owned, and there's no doubt about that. We are 24-8 against them in our last 32 games. Redskins are 0-3, and I didn't like them going into the season. I thought they had a lot of question marks. I really don't like their wide receiving core at all. I thought their offensive line without Trent Williams was a big question mark. You had Darius Geis coming off a knee injury. Obviously, that's still bothering him. You got Adrian Peterson, who's had 2 reconstructive knee surgeries. He's just an animal. I freaking love Adrian Peterson. He's one of my favorite players of all time, and I have nothing but respect for him. But, you know, as much of a physical specimen he is, he's also older now. I don't like their quarterback situation. I don't think Case Keenum's very good. I think Colt McCoy's worse. And I just don't think Dwayne Haskins is ready. We're playing at MetLife Stadium. The Giants have a lot of momentum. You saw how bad, and I know that was the Bears defense. And the Bears defense is something special. It's one of the best defenses in the NFL. But if you watch that game, and I only got through halftime because I went to sleep, it was 28-0, and I was like, I'm not watching any more of this. Case Keenum turned the ball over 5 times. He threw 3 picks. He fumbled twice. I think if the Giants go out there and blitz like they did against Tampa Bay, we can get there. We can force turnovers, and I think that the defense can play well. It's not going to shut the Redskins down completely like the Bears did. We're not the Bears, and our defense has a lot left to be desired. But I will say this. We leave Janoris Jenkins out there one-on-one with Paul Richardson or with Terry McLaurin. That is not Mike Evans. Janoris Jenkins, hashtag shit fondue. I still can't stand him. Don't like him. Think he sucks. But he should do better against those receivers than Mike Evans. They're not Mike Evans. DeAndre Baker playing press coverage ever since they made that switch to having him play press coverage a second half in Buffalo. He's been phenomenal. I had a guy in my stream consistently asking me, is Godwin playing? Is Godwin playing? Is Godwin playing? Because you didn't hear his name once because DeAndre Baker completely shut him down. I feel like the Giants, if they go out and stop the run against Washington and blitz Case Keenum, we could do very well on defense. Again, we're not shutting them down completely. I also feel like you can pass against Washington. Dak Prescott had a big game against him. Carson Wentz had a big game against him. Daniel Jones, there's not a lot of film on him, and he can do a lot of different things. Washington will probably play a different defense. I don't think they're going to stuff the box now. You're not going to stuff the box to try to stop Wayne Gallman. which means Wayne Gallman could be the X factor in this game. Wayne Gallman's a guy that can go out and receive passes. He's not a bad running back. He's definitely not Saquon Barkley, but he's serviceable. The offensive line definitely has to play better for the Giants, without a doubt. But obviously, we saw what Daniel Jones can do. Tampa Bay knocked him around. Tampa Bay's a tough defense, and he tore them up for 336 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 more rushing touchdowns. It's just an added dimension that Eli Manning didn't bring. It's an added dimension that defenses have to be prepared for, where he can run an RPO and he can pull it out and he can take off with it he wants. He can roll out and have the run-pass option. He can do a lot of different things because it just gives you an option. When you have a quarterback that can move a little bit, defenses have to honor that. Linebackers get caught in betwixt and in between, saying, where do I go? Do I jump up to stop Daniel Jones from running, or do I take Evan Ingram out there and try to cover him? I think the big mismatch is Evan Ingram against Landon Collins. I saw Landon Collins get torched by many a good tight end last year. Zach Ertz owns him. George Kittle owned him. Jason Witten used to own him. I watched Landon Collins get owned by all of these tight ends. Evan Ingram's had 2 games where he's received over 100 yards. One with Eli Manning at quarterback, and then last week with Daniel Jones. Evan Ingram is having the big year that the entertainer and myself and a lot of other Giants fans said that he would be our guy to have a breakout season, and he has so far. He's played very well. I think that that's a huge mismatch that the Giants can exploit, especially with play action, especially with rolling out, especially with Daniel Jones able to extend plays that Eli Manning could not. That's going to leave Landon Collins a lot. It's going to leave him on an island with Evan Ingram. And if there's rolling out, Evan Ingram's much faster than Landon Collins. It's just a big mismatch. Sterling Shepard had a great game. Darius Slayton turned up big. You got Benny Fowler. You got guys out there that can receive. They're not superstars, but they're very serviceable receivers. Daniel Jones puts that ball where it needs to be put. And if they have a step, Jones ain't afraid to make the throw. I think the Giants win this game. I think they win it about 30-23. I feel like we're going in the right direction. The Redskins are a team that we have beaten the last 2 years, even though we have been horrible. And it always seems like they're injured. And again, with Case Keenum being hurt, that really hurts them. We played their 3rd and 4th string quarterbacks last year and beat them 40-16. It kind of seems like it's going in that direction again for them. They can't stay healthy. They had the whole Trent Williams thing. I'm not sold on McLaurin's having a very nice season, don't get me wrong. But I'm not sold on them. And again, that's not Mike Evans. So I feel like if we blitz, we can get there. And we don't have to worry as much about Janoris Jenkins, #shitfondue, getting torched like he did against Mike Evans. So I do expect the Giants win, especially since it's at home. You're going to have a live, raucous crowd. Daniel Jones brought a lot of energy. I heard that down in Tampa, they turned it into MetLife Stadium down there. I mean, obviously, when I'm streaming the game, I don't have the volume on, so I couldn't hear the crowd, but people told me they were there. They said, dude, it was crazy. It was like it was a Giants home game. There's a lot of transplanted New Yorkers in Florida. When I retire, Lord knows I'm going down there myself because, it's warm. And your New York State pension doesn't get taxed, and New York State money's worth a fortune down in Florida because there's no taxes. So that's why there's so many New Yorkers down there anyway. So they turned it into MetLife Stadium, but I think that the crowd will really get behind Daniel Jones, especially after that performance he had. I feel like the Giants can ride a crest of momentum. We get to 2-2. We haven't been at 500 in over 2 years, not since 2016. It'd be nice to get back to even. I think they get it done. I really do. And I hope they do. So that's really all I got for the pregame video, guys. Again, #Danny Dollars. Remember that. Danny Dollars. We're changing it. And I'm putting it out there now. So if you hear that saying somewhere, again, you know where it came from. Danny Dollars. It's Danny Dollar time. That's what it is. So that guy's cash money. I'm looking forward to the game. And like I said, when we live stream, and I hope to see you guys all there. Till then, until next time, guys, it is Baddog. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday, and I am gone. Peace!